Welcome back to the McPhee Ford Commercial Vehicle Center. Today we'll be looking at these brand new 2023 Ford F-750s. Now both of these F-750s are finished in Oxford white. Now there are multiple different engine options for the 750. You can get the PowerStroke diesel engine, which these ones do have, and there are also multiple different power output levels for this engine. This specific truck here is the 270 horsepower version. You can also get the 300 or the 330 horsepower version of the PowerStroke diesel engine, but they are all mated to a 6-speed heavy-duty automatic transmission. Now starting in the front of this F-750, you do have your standard halogen headlights, although they are an automatic headlight, so you can put them on automatic. And this specific F-750 does have the exterior appearance group, which is a chrome package for the front. So you do get the chrome bumper as well as the chrome grille there as well, with a nice Super Duty badge stamped right into the hood. This specific F-750 does have the 12,000 pound front axle, so it does have a 12,000 pound weight rating for the front suspension. Now you probably noticed that these trucks don't have any bodies in the back of them. That is because they are getting upfits at our local upfit company. But I will talk about the frame of this truck. So this does have it's 120,000 PSI frame rail, and obviously there are multiple different length options. This specific one is a 197-inch wheelbase, so it's 197 inches from the center of the hub, from the front to the back. Speaking of the back, we do have a very similar wheel to the front. It's a Continental HDR2 295 75 22.5, and obviously all 750s are dual rear wheel. And as we move around to the passenger side, you'll see the diesel exhaust does dump right underneath the cab. And we also do have the optional jump stud. So this is an option on F-750, and it's located right underneath the passenger step. Now moving on to the side, we do get your F-750 Super Duty badge right there, as well as these chrome towing mirrors with the blind spot mirror right on the bottom there as well. They are power operated, which is an option on F-750. And we do get your PowerStroke Turbo Diesel badge there right on the side. Now this specific F-750 is fitted with a larger 65-gallon diesel fuel tank. You can also get the standard 50-gallon tank. We also have the diesel exhaust fluid tank right there as well. Now, as I mentioned, we do have the Super Cab model here. So we do get the 1.5 door. So you get a little more space in the back. You can throw your crew back here. Gives you a little extra room, and this also has the 3-seat configuration in the front, so it's a 40-20 split, so you can fit 6 people in this specific F-750. So now that we are inside the F-750, I will show you the key. So this is just your standard key for the F-750. You do have power locks, which I will show you in a minute. So starting here on the door panel, we do actually have the power equipment group. So we do get power locks as well as one-touch automatic windows with the power mirrors. You can use these power mirrors to control the upper section of the mirror. We do have automatic lights as well on this F-750, as well as your dash dimming lights there. And starting here on the steering wheel, we do have controls for your center gauge cluster screen there, as well as cruise control. So we do get cruise control on this 750, as well as your volume and some of your phone buttons there. Now we can scroll through various options in this gauge cluster. You do have your different trip information, so we have trips 1 and 2. You can view our speed, distance to empty, as well as a trip timer. Or we can go down to view fuel economy, average fuel economy, and our range. And we also go through our driver assistance features, we have our engine hour monitor, maintenance monitors, oil temperature, and we do have other various settings in here as well. More vehicle settings. Now moving to the middle, we do have your standard basic radio here. And then we do have your single zone, standard climate control with the air conditioning, which is certainly helpful. And we do have your diesel engine brake there, so we can click this and you'll get a little icon in the gauge cluster. You do have a 12-volt outlet as well as a 110-volt outlet down here. Now this is an option on F-750. We do have a tow haul mode here, so we can push this. It will give you a little trailer icon right in the gauge cluster. Now, as I mentioned, we do have the bench seat option in this Super Duty. The one next to us actually doesn't have the bench seat, but this isn't helpful because you can fit 6 people in this Super Duty. So we can lift this up and you do get a full, it's a half seat, so it's a 20, they call it a 40-20 split. But we can fold this down. You do get a center console in here as well. So you get lots of storage, 2 cup holders, as well as a glove box down here. We do get some USB ports as well, our traction control button, and we do have the manual parking brake. Now what makes the F-750 different from the F-650 is the F-750s don't actually get a park. So if you notice in the gauge cluster, the park is sort of dim because it doesn't actually have a park. So the reverse is as high as it goes. So you just leave it in neutral, you put the parking brake on, and that makes it in the park. Now something that is certainly helpful with the Super Duty F-750 lineup is these auxiliary switches. So this is an option on F-750. You can get these and use these for the maybe potential upfit that you'll do. You can use these. These are pre-wired to the fuse box, and you can tap into these and use them for the upfit, or you can maybe run lights off them or a winch or whatnot. Now this driver's seat is manually operated, so you do have your manual controls as well as your slider up front here. Although you can option in an air seat, which I will show you in the other truck. So this truck does have the optional air seat, so you do actually get a toggle down here, and you can use the air system in the truck to build air pressure, and it'll lift the seat for you. You also do get your standard slider right here, as well as your recline, so you can recline the seat with this knob. But the air seat does give you a little more cushion when you're driving over rough terrain. So now this F-750 here doesn't actually have the bench seat, so you do have the open space here. Although you do get a armrest, so it is not any less comfortable, but obviously you can option in a bench seat if you do need the extra room. So if you're interested in getting an F-750 just like these two, feel free to give us a call or visit McPheeFord.com. As McPhee Ford, we're the only medium duty truck supplier in the Maritimes. So thanks for watching. We'll see you next video.